Showers since about 7 a.m. here in D.C., and the radar indicates it's going to continue, but nothing to stop football from happening at FedEx Field. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington Commanders. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This is taken just shy of the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he's got some space here. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. First down, and it's Pollard again. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Now, this defense for the Commanders, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Gonna run again here with Pollard. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 43 yards rushing for him already. A terrific opening drive on the ground, and it's a 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. He stiff arms it. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. From the red zone now, Prescott. That's complete right around the 8. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
2nd down and 3, ball on the 7. Prescott fires one out wide, complete. Touchdown, Cowboys!
Let's go.
Tyquan Thornton, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Oh, good-looking return set up here. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. On 1st down, right back to Gibson. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the run.
This ain't good Dolphins, buddy. This shit's not working.
Picked off by Kelvin Joseph, and the Cowboys will take over here at
a different team, buddy.
They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to test you that way. So when you see that, the ball's got to get out of your hands quickly, and that means your receivers have to understand they have to break off their routes quickly as well.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Off the play fake, Prescott. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Not a great start tapping his first target, but let's face it, that won't be his last chance because they're going to have a chance to make up for that one throughout this game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll run left with Pollard. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. A pretty good effort there, 9 yards, but not enough. We'll likely see the punt team now on 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. 3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they've got some new faces from a year ago and in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll go again with Gibson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field.
Stop playing my defense like this.
Incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. Tress Way on fourth down is sent out to punt. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this will be taken at the 13. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. So the drive's going to start with Pollard, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3-3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. It'll be a handoff to Pollard, and he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. Out left and hauled in by Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
Nice job. Nice patience right there. Put him on the right side. Let him work his way across. Put the ball in his hands and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. So after 2 1st downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Throwing. Prescott. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And 3rd down and 6 to go.
That's defense you're going to bounce when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. And they're able to stop him short. On 3rd and 6, they'll only pick up 4.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down, they just said, we've got faith in our tackles. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away. This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, you're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
Yeah, now you've got options on 2nd down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
They'll look to throw here on first down. That's out to the flat for Gibson. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And he'll send the tight end in motion left. On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And this is going to be a Commander's first down as he's able to take this up to the 30-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Slings this deep for McLaurin.
Told you, stop playing on my D, bro.
Picked up by Andre Cisco. Takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense
isn't the Dolphin defense.
Extra point by McCann, up and good, and it's now 14-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Gibson again. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, I could spin this negatively as he just got back to the line of scrimmage. But when you really analyze it, he took away a big play for the defense, made it an uneventful run because he avoided a sack and didn't lose yardage.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And the Cowboys here on 3rd down bringing in an extra defensive back. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. So his struggles just continuing here in the first half throwing the football. Charles, now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
I'll give them credit winning that first snap and forcing an incompletion. They're hoping that'll deflate the offense a little bit after they took the field charged up after taking over after a turnover.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a give here to Pollard. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Play fake. Here's Prescott. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that will extend their lead even further. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
The slot man in motion right. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. That's caught left side, Arcega-Whiteside. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas first down. Play action now. Prescott sliding out of the pocket. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Prescott now. Catch is made by Arcega-Whiteside. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. McCann's kick is good, and that will do it for
65
this first
yarder.
half. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Well, they try to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll look to throw here. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
2nd and 11. And he will find his man on the outside. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Back to throw. And he finds McLaurin. And he goes down before getting this inside the 25. That's a first down and then some. A 32-yard pickup. Back to the ground with Gibson. Running right through him. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
On second down, here's Gibson again. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. They'll set up a throw.
You got fucking lucky on that one. I was about to pick.
A 16-yard touchdown. And the Commanders are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that cuts this lead down to 13. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
They go back to Pollard on second down. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Here's Pollard again. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Prescott off play action. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the 3rd quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked out officially at the 21.
We want this Washington.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sideline and in the huddle looking at each other.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Andre Cisco. Well, whatever adjustments they're trying to make over on that sideline, Charles, this defense, they just seem to be a step in front of them and not giving them a chance to implement any of those changes. And here, a pick 6, and they widen the lead.
At least a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps. And right now, they are thinking hard about putting this opponent away. That turnover, it grew their lead and just totally deflated that offense. Now these next couple of series, you can take them out of the game entirely if you continue on this pace.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a 1-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He's got Gibson on the out route. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Second and 1. And this will be caught at the 30. And they're going to get this down about the 17-yard line here. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. He'll look to throw. Throw right side, taken in by Gibson. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Straight ahead, Gibson. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Now back to throw. Touchdown! Terry McLaurin, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Commanders are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Stop it, Mickey.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Oh, design run for their wideout. Now the ball comes loose. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, maybe it hasn't exactly been a Rembrandt, but they've been mistake-free to this point and finally cough it up. I don't think it's going to cost them the game. They should be fine. But, boy, they're going to hate that going back and watching tape and being able to say we were that close to achieving our goal of 0 turnovers during the game.
A little blemish, but as you say, still comfortably in command. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 2nd and 5. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Back to throw here.
No, I moved him out the way.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. Touchdown.
I put no coverage on him.
McLaurin, his 3rd touchdown of the game. 9 on the season. And the Commanders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
One more tackle. So I need one more tackle from this.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've got the 2-score lead. It looked though, they fumbled last possession, led to a touchdown. So while things look good here at this stage in the 4th, they got to be careful.
They definitely do, because they've actually brought them back into it, haven't they? They've given them hope once again. Their purpose on this drive, squash that hope one more time.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. They they run straight ahead here with Pollard. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23. The Cowboys on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Pollard. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Dallas. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lock behind it. Wow. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. DeMarcus Lawrence. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with that and maybe do something different.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give him credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
They'll send Brown in motion right. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. They'll run with Pollard. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line is really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. Ball at the 6, 3rd and goal. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. McCann's kick up and good. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. Let's see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll set up to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for them. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
And down inside the 15 he goes. 141 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Trying to run forward with Pollard. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
They'll run forward with Pollard. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. It's a gain of 4, and that should just about seal the deal.
And there's your dagger right there. I tell you, there's a lot of coaches in the league that would not have gone for it on 4th down. But with a 2-score lead, they roll the dice. Get the first down, and that should be enough to salt this one away.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Out left and complete to Thornton. Touchdown, Cowboys! Tyquan Thornton. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Cowboys have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. And this win now going to look a little more lopsided on the scoreboard, CD. Now, some may have run out the clock in that scenario, but they wanted to put their foot on the gas, get one more touchdown, and they did just that.
Well, partner, I would say the traditionalists not overly excited about that score. They'd like to see the game played a little bit differently. But what you can't argue with is their execution of that play, because it played out exactly as it was drawn up. It almost would have been a shame not to finish with such a well-run play.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off season, but on game day, you both want to show your best, and I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Cowboys, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2, and they'll head back home next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for Washington, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll try again next week at home against New England.
Mickey.